All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Friday. You know what that means? We are kicking it up a notch with some Octane Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Hope you're all satisfied from your meals yesterday. Who else has to work today? Some of us do. So we are up early today, but we'll be back at the food later tonight. What are we talking about today on Octane Friday? Well, I heard a story recently on this, and I was just this week, and I was like, well, maybe I'll do that. And turns out there's an anniversary involved, so we're going to revisit it. We did it as we did in season 1, but we're going back to November 26th, 1983. And the band Quiet Riot hits number 1 on the Billboard 200 with their album Mental Health. So this was significant because it was the first time a metal album ever reached number 1. So in some ways they say this is the beginning of the hair metal era. And you wouldn't have guessed it was Quiet Riot, right? You would have said someone else probably. But they knocked the Police Synchronicity out of number 1, which was no easy feat, because that thing was a behemoth, was it not? Quiet Riot this is their breakthrough album, obviously, and it went on to sell like 10 million copies or something like that. I mean, it was just a huge number. But this is a great record, and it was just all over the place in high school, right? This was our jam. If you were listening to this music, this is what you were into. This was a pretty big deal. But the story I heard this week on Hair Nation is that the mask used on that album cover recently sold at auction for $50,000. How about that? So there you go. Also on this exact same date that they went to number 1, they were opening up for Black Sabbath on the Born Again tour. Sadly, that tour without Ozzy. That was Ian Gillan from Deep Purple, right? That's who the singer was for that tour, but they were out there playing on that same night. If you think about that album, of course, you can only think of the first song. The first song that comes to mind is Come On Feel the Noise, which you could do on a make or remake episode if I haven't done that already. Slade's song from 1973 went to number 1 in the UK. They remade it, and it went to number 5 in the United States and sold over 1 million copies. A catchy tune, that song. That's the one we were all listening to. Also on this record of note is Slick Black Cadillac, re-recorded from their album Quiet Riot 2, which was only available in Japan. We are big in Japan. And that's a Randy Rhoads song from that record, because lest you forget, the same Randy Rhoads was in Quiet Riot before this album came out. The same Randy Rhoads that you all know from Ozzy Osbourne fame, interestingly enough. So that was the last album. This one prior to this, Quiet Riot 2, was the last album with Randy Rhoads. And then the song of the day today, Mental Health, for me. I remember listening to it back in the day and liking it, and then losing track of it, and then getting satellite radio and listening to Hair Nation and revisiting this song and just being like, this is a really good song. It is. It's just a really good song if you like that kind of music. And so to this day, it's one of my favorites. It is just so good. Interestingly enough, it's called Mental Health on the record, but it was also listed as Mental Health and then parentheses Bang Your Head. And then also when it was on the Billboard charts, it was called Bang Your Head, parentheses Mental Health. That's just, I don't know. That's kind of weird, right? And also this song was in the movie Footloose. I did not remember that. It was not on the original soundtrack that I recall, but it was reissued for the 15th year anniversary with that on there. I'm trying to picture where in the movie. He must have been playing it in his VW Bug at first, just like a second or something, I assume. Because I can't picture it in the movie, but I assume that's the case, something like that. And lead singer of Quiet Riot, Kevin DuBrow, passed away in 2007. But this is a great record. This is a great revisiting this, and it's perfect for Octane Friday. So yes, your song of the day is Mental Health from Quiet Riot. I'm going to be cranking it up on the way to work this morning. So you give it a listen and see what you think. Anyone see them in concert? I did not. Let me know if you did. All right, that's your Octane Friday song of the day as we roll into the Thanksgiving Day weekend. Have a good one, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.